Hello and much love to you. I hope you're having an amazing day. My name is Rachel and this is part 2 of our 4-part manifesting series where we are talking about things that nobody else is talking about to help give you the missing pieces that are preventing you from fully manifesting the life that you desire. So I am an energy healer. And I am starting a program with my good friend David that is helping everybody, if you have an idea, get to the next steps. It's donation based. It's going to be monthly support calls, so I'll link to that below as well. So in this second part of this 4-part series, we are talking about the emotional component of manifesting. So if you haven't yet checked out part 1, we talked about the mental piece of it. And again, I talked about things that aren't talked about a whole lot. But in this one, we're going to get all up in our emotions. And the important piece to know about emotions is emotions are our indication of our vibration, of where we are. So there's Dr. Hawkins developed a scale of consciousness. And in the scale of consciousness, he talked about how we're all kind of have this steady vibration. And based on where you're vibrating is how you see the world, what comes to you, just kind of the life that you live, what you see reflected back to you. So if you are really good at like the mental piece, but you still have some emotional underlying currents, if you're still feeling a lot of angst and fear, you might be able to do all the vision boards you want, all of, the mantras and affirmations, but there's your vibration is steadily at a lower frequency, and how you free yourself and you get it to that higher frequency is by going into your emotions, understanding your emotions, integrating emotions that don't serve you on this journey, and then elevating them. So there's a book called The Presence Process, and Michael Brown, the author, talks about how for the first 7 years of our life, we have emotional imprints that start in utero, based on how your mom is feeling, what she's dealing with on an energetic level and emotional level while she's pregnant with you. Then for the first 7 years, we're just fed emotions. A baby, the first thing a baby experiences is emotions. A baby can't really think, they can't speak, they can't act, but they can cry and they can laugh. So the first things that we experience as human beings are our emotions. So after the first 7 years of life, then those are the emotions that are set within us, according to Michael Brown. Those are the emotions that are set within us, and all we do going forward is repeat them. So if you've noticed, if you can reflect back on your life, if you've noticed that you've had the same emotional experiences, maybe they're completely different in how everything unfolds, but they create the same emotions, that is an emotional imprint within you. If people are always doing you wrong, if relationships always end a certain way, if jobs always turn out a certain way, what are the emotions that are underlying that? That can give you a clue into the imprints that are within you. Now, this is not set in stone. What happens is whenever we are born pure divine beings who can manifest anything, who can do anything, but then we're fed all these emotions by society, and we almost like break off from that true divinity that we are. And then we begin to identify with these different emotions. And so they're just unintegrated parts of ourselves. And once you begin to recognize them, to see them, to give them love, allow them to be, but give them love and nurture them, then they integrate back into you as a whole being. And then you just naturally raise your vibration. So when this comes to manifesting, what we're really wanting to do is understand our emotions surrounding what we want to manifest, and also our emotional patterns that have been with us our whole lives. So when you think about what you want to manifest, authentically what comes up? You know, whenever you're doing a meditation and you feel really good, or you're listening to like Abraham Hicks, or, you know, a really high vibrational being, you can feel really, really good. And all that is so important. We need that. But also, when you're sitting there and you're saying, how am I going to do this? What emotions come up for you? And sometimes we can mentally label them. Sometimes we can say, okay, that's an emotion of unworthiness, that's fear. But sometimes we just feel it in our bodies. It's like somebody's pushing us back. We want to go forward, but it's like this unseen force that is holding us back. So you don't have to be able to mentally describe it. But you have to be able to recognize it, allow it to come to the surface. So when you sit there, and you can do this now, how do you feel about what you want to call in, what you want to align with and manifest? Be with that. Explore it if you can. If you're able to label it, just ask yourself, when was the last time I felt this way? Or when was the time before that I felt this way? And see if you can trace it back to its source. Then it can become so much more clear that it's not a part of you. It was something that you were fed along the way. And then the final step is to nurture it, to view it with loving kindness, to be there with yourself through that emotion. And this is the part that people don't like. People don't want to do this. People want to skip this step. But this is the number one block to you truly experiencing these manifestations. So if you've tried before and you just haven't seen things work out, this is often what is blocking you. So give yourself time. Just go through your day and notice, how am I feeling right now? Right now. What's going on? Do I feel tightness here, tension there? Move into those spaces with love, with kindness. Just allow them to be. The irony is, when you allow them, they dissipate. Now, it might not happen like that, because within those emotions hold many lessons for us. So we can also listen to them. Are you trying to tell me something? What do I need to know? What do I need to learn? But be with yourself with love. The second piece of this emotional, and we'll talk about this a little more in the next video, but I want to talk about it here. The second piece of using emotions to align with manifestations is by calling in the emotions of what you think that manifestation is going to bring to you. Because we all want manifestations so we can feel a certain way. At the core of it, we want more abundance so we can feel secure. We can feel good about ourselves. We can feel confident. We want love so we can feel loved, so that we can feel safe, we can feel worthy of love. But you can experience each one of those manifestations, or the emotional piece of the manifestation, right now. So, once you've allowed certain emotions to be there and sent love to it, then you call in the emotions that align with the manifestation. What would it feel like for you to have your manifestation right now? Call that into your body, allow it to be there. And see if you can hold that vibration, that emotion with you throughout your days. That is what aligns you with the physical manifestation of it. The world is just a giant mirror. It's just reflecting back everything that's within us. This is not to blame you in any way. This is not at all about being at fault or guilt. The biggest thing that you can do is love yourself, allow yourself to be where you are, and then recognize where you want to be. Call in those emotions. Do not wait till you get your manifestation to get them, because what's going to happen is if you do get your manifestation, those old emotions are still going to be there, and either you're not going to be able to enjoy it, you're not going to be able to think you deserve it, it's going to cause more fear or anxiety because you're nervous about losing it, and then it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. You end up losing it, or it doesn't work out the way you want. So you have to get this emotional component first. Be there first, and then watch as it unfolds. So thank you so much for watching. Like I said, I have some different resources for you in terms of meditation, helping you align with everything emotionally. If you're interested in being on that call with me and David, monthly support calls to help you get going, the link to that is below. My name is Rachel again. So much love and light. I will see you in part 3 of this series.